Welcome back to the MF Ghost Gran Turismo series. Today, all these MF Ghost cars are going to battle at the Deep Forest circuit, which is known for its toga-like turns as well as long straights. Will the GT8 6 be able to keep up with much faster cars? Place your bets! For this race, I slightly upgraded the car following the Spec 3 GT8 6 from MF Ghost Wiki. Lowered the weight of the car and added the carbon hood for style. Biggest change for us now is that we have to switch to medium racing tires because now we have more than 300 horsepower. I slightly upgraded all the other cars as well, lowered weights to some or given more horsepower to some based on what I thought they needed to make it more interesting, and also by following MF Ghost Wikipedia. The only car that didn't get any upgrades yet is Ferrari, since it completely obliterated everyone in two previous battles, therefore I didn't think it needs any upgrades yet. The only upgrades the Ferrari has from the beginning are better brakes. The race settings are now a bit tougher with 4 times tire wear and 3 times fuel usage. Not too high, so we shouldn't need to refuel or tire swap, but at the same time it will be interesting to see the end of the race once the tires get more worn out. Wait a second, Ferrari got dethroned? What happened? Let's have a look at the first lap from Kaito's point of view. Okay, so he started as usual pretty strong, pulling away slightly, no mistakes, just pure Ferrari action at its finest. So where did he go wrong? It was the final hairpin. For whatever reason, he effed up and almost ran into a wall. Somehow saved it, but went so wide that he slipped from first place to the third place. And meanwhile, I made a mistake too that made me drop to the 15th place. This is what happens when you go from soft racing tires to the medium racing tires. But I don't know what's the excuse that Kaito has. Unbelievable, as I'm fighting here in the back, Kaito made the same mistake on the same hairpin. This time more serious one though, as he hit the wall and had to pit. What the hell is going on with that AI driver? little ahead of us, Takuya Yanagira is battling with Sena Moroboshi. These SophyAI emojis are kinda fun, I have to admit. Seems like Nozomi isn't happy that I'm joining her battle with the Alpine, but I don't plan to stay with them for too long. With GTA 6, all the fighting happens in the corners. I wonder how this series would look if SophyAI didn't always slow down after the first lap. Takuya smiling as he's pulling away on this long straight, but no worries, we'll catch him on the next lap. Oh, a yellow flag. And guess why? If you thought about our beloved Ferrari, then yes, it didn't manage to turn again. Since everyone is far ahead from us, let's quickly look at some replays now. Because of how dumb GT7 and its AI is, I couldn't use the AMG GTR for this race and instead had to give Yosuke his older car, the AMG GTS. But it doesn't seem like a huge problem for him though, as you can see he did pretty well battling with Fujin and Maezono. Not so far behind us, Nozomi and Savatari have been battling ever since the beginning. It's funny because they swap their places once every 2 laps approximately. And it's always at the same turn. They do a switcheroo, then the one in front can't pull away, and at the end of the lap they switch again. Never ending nightmare. Back to our GT86 though. Let's see if we can take down Fujin Ishigami. What a terrible, stupid mistake. After 3 laps of driving alone with nobody to lock on, I pushed my limits and finally caught up, only to do such a rookie mistake. Shame. Let's be honest here, in this race I made too many mistakes and I paid the price. We started at 4th place and ended up in 8th. What a shame! I didn't test the car before the race at all, so I had to get adapted to the new setup, new power output and new tires very quickly. Anyway, the real surprise was Kaito Akaba in the Ferrari. For whatever reason, the SophyAI just couldn't get through that one hairpin, basically crashing every lap. That was just so annoying and crazy at the same time. This changed the dynamic of the whole battle, with Lambo and Audi pushing 1st and 2nd place, while the GTR Nismo finally ended up in 3rd. So our best boy Shunaiba can finally get his angel kiss. Emma Greeny again with the same fate as in the first race at Nürburgring. For whatever reason, even though I upgraded the brakes, the suspension and added more power to the car, it still couldn't overtake anyone. I don't know what's wrong with SophyAI, it just hates the Aston Martin. Another surprise was Senna Moroboshi ending in 13th place behind Alpine and Alfa Romeo. What the hell was going on during this race? It's like the AI went completely crazy and some cars were driving like the best ever, while other cars couldn't drive at all. What a race! Hopefully you all enjoyed this one as well. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button as well. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe, and next week we will race at Mount Panorama. GT8 6 will need some upgrades again in order to be able to survive the hill climb. Place your bets, write in the comments what position I will end up in the Mount Panorama battle. See you next week.